Welcome back to Broad's League Heroes. In the top left of Red Shift, I would remove one letter and call this map more accurately. And yes, you got it right, Red Shift. But in the top left, it is from the Alpha Clan, Kramerdeep. As Protoss, and in the bottom left also is Protoss, walling off both locations. Or at least putting a pylon in both locations. It is Romkiller with the 2 pylon into Forge. Rethinks it, goes for the gate. Now for those who don't know about Redshift, or Edge Shift, rather. You got a gold base to the back. It's walled off by the minerals. When the minerals are gone, it opens up an opportunity to kill your base, and at the same time, ranged units can shoot over the top, make it very difficult to mine from here. We've got pylons all over the place right now. Pylon at the front, pylon on this side, pylon over in the bottom right. Everybody looking to power their unique strategies. Romkiller taking advantage of those golden minerals. Very vulnerable, but also very lucrative. What's next? The Cyber Core. No forges yet. I spoke far too soon. As Romkiller adds on a forge. Kramerdeep is prepared for potentially a proxy. No Cyber Core out of Romkiller. This probe is... What are its intentions? It's heading to the top right corner of the map. He's already expanded to the bottom left. His opponent is not... I don't know if he's trying to scout, or if he's trying to take another base, or maybe just he wants his probe to hang out there and chill. I don't know what he wants. I don't try to live their lives. I just try to experience them in the most exquisite way possible. Looks like Kramerdeep has... That was a weird choice of words by me. Anyways, moving on. A single Zealot makes its way down, but there will be a cannon and a Zealot. It's not quite a wall at the top of the ramp, but it's close enough. Thank you.
Automatically relaying, thanks.
A proxy robotics facility. The probe sneaks in. He was taking that alternative angle. The Zealot trying to get by, but the cannon not having any of it. Never mind, I take it all back. Kramerdeep gotta get down, scout the gold base, 5 HP in a dream. What will he do when he sees this is the case? Goes for a probe, not gonna get it. But that valuable intelligence. The probe makes it all the way through. Romkiller will also get the information that Kramerdeep is also going for the gold. Immortals on the way at the proxy robotics facility, that forward base. The Cyber Core loaded up for Romkiller, maybe a little bit on the late side, considering his opponent already has Warp Gate almost all of the way done. But we'll have to see where these alternative strategies take him. The Immortal gonna go with the face check strategy. Maybe just go straight up the ramp. Looks very angrily at this probe, but it's going for the cannon. The barrier holds for now. The shield's giving him a lot of stopping power. The cannon will be taken out. The Zealot, some great micro. The Immortal backing up, taking a lot of damage. 30 HP left. The Zealot taking some hits. One more hit, and he takes it down. Romkiller holding on to his third base. Wait, that's Kramerdeep's pylon. Another Immortal coming in. Gonna finish what the first one started. Blows the Zealot away. There's one more Zealot coming up. The Immortals refuse to stop. He slides by. The barrier comes online. The Zealot gonna keep chopping away. The base is canceled. Romkiller has 1,100 minerals in the bank. How's he gonna use them? More gateways on the way. A rogue Immortal has made it into the main. Gonna blast one gateway into oblivion. The next choice is the pylon. Another Immortal on the way up. The pylon has fallen, but Does he have what it takes to do game-ending damage? A probe has made it into the main. 2 zealots finish. But there's another immortal where that came from. The probes are coming up. He's going to build a pylon in the main. Warp gate is done. Continuing to micro through. The zealots are on the chase. The immortal micro, not impeccable, but it's good enough. He slides around. The zealot on the chase. The immortal in the red, but not dead enough. The cannon coming up. The immortal's just blasting into it. The barrier comes online from one of Kramerdeep's. The targeting wasn't quite there. Another zealot pops out. Pylons feeling the wrath of these immortals. Their cannons singing into the future. Continues to back it up, trying to micro against it. Not enough. The immortal goes down. Another immortal continues its way up. Another one has finished as well. Will stand tall against these zealots. Warp gate not done yet, but he's chrono boosting the Stalker immortal combo out. Trying to get some more cannons. There are no warp gates. Oh, there are warp gates online, but he has yet to warp in. Cannons all throughout. The barrier is up. The immortal blasting through the Stalker. The Forge will be the next target. Cannons coming up. Zealots in the main as well. It's unclear. The supplies dead even. The cannons are on the way up. The immortal is distracted. He's trying to go through, targeting another cannon, but this means the zealot and the stalker free to DPS on these units. 2 more stalkers on the way up. 3 cannons taken down. He's going for a 4-for-4 sweep. The barrier comes online. He might be able to get the cannon, but he won't be immortal in this game. The probe, not enough. Another immortal on the low ground, starting to realize Kramerdeep has gone too deep. The immortal will back off, waiting for another. The warp in coming up. The stalkers will join him eventually. The forge rebuilt. The cannons rebuilt. The worker counts 28 to 31. They've both been mining somewhat off of the gold base. Oh, he's coming down the ramp. The immortal blasting into these stalkers. The phase disruptors doing incredible damage. Another stalker blasted down. 2 stalkers come up. The zealot taking a lot of hits. The immortal getting low. We'll push him back up the ramp. He doesn't have any cannons there. The forward pylon helps him to warp in. Targeting down stalkers. A zealot in the front. More zealots warping in. Shield barriers online. The zealots not quite sure what they want to do yet. Will find purpose in life. Will they be able to hold the line? The 2 immortals in the front, the stalkers trying to make it through. They're struggling to get to the stalker of his opponent. They're struggling, but they're buying time for the immortal to continue to do damage through. The supplies in favor of Kramerdeep, but another warp in coming in. Blast the stalker into oblivion, back into the goddamn void. 3 stalkers warping in on the only pylon that isn't a super pylon, because these are just gateways, not warp gates. Going through the forge. Kramerdeep continues to bash his way through the ramp. Finds the cannon. Another stalker continues to warp in. Stalkers and zealots gonna be popping out on either side. The warp gate's coming up. There's a smattering of warp gate and combination of gateways. Another immortal gonna fall. Stalkers making their way into the main. Immortal going to work. Not sure what they're targeting here. The stalkers making a world tour. Immortal Micro's back there. More immortals on the way. Micro's behind the stalkers. The gateways are still building. He's warping in. Goes for the probes. The stalkers on the chase. They want this gateway. They want it too badly. Immortal at the back. It looks like the zealot's trying to slip through. He really, really wants this gateway. But like a lot of things in life, love hurts, and it hurts him bad. As right now, it looks like another immortal going to fall. Zealot's being warped in. Another immortal. 2 immortals have popped out. The chase continues. Romkiller holding the line with 3,200 minerals and a dream. Working his way down the ramp, but this will inspire Kramerdeep's units one at a time to work their way into the attack. 1 immortal at the back doing its best. His target fire is maybe a little off target. The immortal might buy enough time for this warping to continue. No, it will be interrupted. The pylon targeted down, but that means the immortal picks off another couple zealots. Another immortal pops out on the high ground. Kramerdeep will be forced off of the lawn of Romkiller. Will he pursue him across the map? Immortal goes down. A big warping. This is a very ambitious man. He slides back. The little crab walk back to the high ground. Romkiller looking the other way this time. There's several gates at the back. A lull in the action. Romkiller, well, it's hard. 11 zealots versus 16. 8 immortals have fallen. But 7 cannons on the other side, and 2 forges, by the way. 30 to 20 non-workers, 52 to 62 supply. Romkiller going across the map. There's still the immortal. He hasn't figured out where those immortals were coming from. He hasn't found the source of his problems. A bunch more zealots coming across. The supply's dead even. +1 shields and armor and weapons queued up. But are we going into a base trade? They were fighting it out back and forth, but now they're at each other's throats. Romkiller coming back. Could that be a critical mistake? Or could it be the game-winning move? Some more zealots coming down the ramp. Neither stalkers nor immortals do damage to zealots very quickly. The zealots are coming up. He was target firing the Nexus. They'll buy a lot of time for the units to come back. That's still a lot of zealots. He's cutting through Kramerdeep's units. More coming up. A 4th immortal. Romkiller on his way back. Not another warping. The target fire trying to come through. This immortal joining into the fray. The zealots taking a lot of hits, but they are a tanky front line. And they're doing their best to help the immortal, well, chop through the immortals at the back. A couple more stalkers come up. The zealots have thinned out just a bit. The stalker's going to help out the immortals coming up. More stalkers have been warped on the high ground, but Romkiller wants it to be a fair fight. The Nexus taking some more hits. Another immortal pops out. He's a little bit too focused on the Nexus. He's diving on it, but is he diving too Kramerdeep? It looks like yes is the answer. Oh wait, the immortal gets another couple kills. 5 stalkers being warped in. Oftentimes 5 stalkers, not the counter to 9 stalkers. And 1 void ray. There's a void. A void ray and a warp prism. Romkiller's been the defender the entire game. But now, going on offense could be the game winner. There's a dark shrine on the way. The probes are under fire. The void ray will force their retreat. The warp prism loads up. He's going to warp in. 7 zealots on the opposite side of the map. What is Kramerdeep to do? Tap out of the game. Romkiller found the weak point. He held on for a dozen minutes, and a single counterattack will end Kramerdeep's relentless and unfounded aggression. Romkiller, despite not having a cyber core for the first 5 minutes of the game, and even up until his opponent almost finished Warp Gate, pulls back, micros his macro, and comes out on top.